Lesson 6. Sweep your temple. Your body is not an ornament, not a tool, not a burden. It is your temple, the dwelling place of will, wisdom, and spirit. Every thought, every breath of insight, every moment of transformation happens through it. And yet, in the rush to master the mind or ascend in spirit, we often neglect the vessel that carries both. To care for your body is to honor the life that flows through you. To feed it well is to nourish the mind. To move it with intention is to stir the soul. To rest it is to allow healing not just to muscles but to memory. Your body remembers, it stores pain, trauma, joy, longing. It is your most ancient companion. So sweep it clean, not with vanity, but with reverence. Tend to your body like you would a sacred space. Remove what clutters it, toxins, tension, noise. Let it breathe, let it move, let it matter, let it be in the now. So eat like it matters, rest like it's sacred. Train not just to look strong, but to be strong enough to endure the path ahead. Sweep your temple, not once, but daily, with gratitude, with patience, and with faith. In the modern world, we constantly look at screens and sit still. We dissociate, cutting mind from body. Psychologist Alan Shore and somatic theorists point to this disconnection as the root of modern anxiety. We live outside ourselves, rarely noticing breath, heartbeat, posture, forgetting the body's voice until it screams through illness or fatigue. It will probably surprise you, but most illnesses are illnesses of stress and inflammation. But it also manifests in another way. You just can't get excited anymore. You feel like life is like a gray movie just passing by you. You don't get motivated by anything. You feel left out of life, like nothing stirs you anymore. That is dissociation, and so many people have it from staring at the screens, never being in the body, never being in the real world. And if you feel demotivated right now, chances are you could be suffering from dissociation. So your body is not just a vessel, it's an active part of you, a two-way street. If you have any doubt about this, try doing any kind of thinking when the body is in pain. It will instantly influence your thoughts. The body doesn't just follow the mind, the body influences the mind. Want to feel instantly better? Well, improve your body, go for a run, meditate, be in nature, hear the birds sing. You'll instantly be so much happier. Modern research shows that physical activity doesn't just strengthen muscles, it improves immune function, stabilizes hormones, and enhances neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin. You don't just feel better, you are better. And perhaps most vital, movement roots you back in the present. It brings you out of dissociation, out of the mind's endless maze, and back into the now, into the breath, into the floor, into the pulse, the truth, everything. You're in the now. Dr. John Ratey sparked the revolutionary new science of exercise and the brain shows how physical movement is not just fitness. It is really much more. It boosts IQ, strengthens the immune system, balances hormones, ignites creativity and focus, and so much more. When you move, your body releases BDNF, a molecule that grows brain cells like sunlight grows trees. When you move, you heal. Your body gets rid of toxins through the lymphatic system, and your immune response and beneficial hormones are boosted by multiple hundreds of %. The added boost in blood carrying ability and much else also helps to boost how the brain thinks. It gets more oxygen. Just as important, what you eat impacts your microbiome and the life within you. And we now know the gut acts as a second brain, sending messages constantly back to the brain. In fact, the gut sends more messages to the brain than the brain sends to the gut. Let that sink in. The gut sends more messages to the brain than the brain sends to the gut. We got it all wrong, don't we? But in modern life, we drift. We sit for hours, barely breathing, heads lit up by screen, hearts numb, and then we go about our routine, sitting for hours and hours in front of a screen at work, in our little chair. Alexander Lowen, father of bioenergetics, warned us of this decades ago. He called it dissociation, the split between the mind and the body. We become spectators of our own lives, thinking, talking, even planning change, but we never feel it. We become spectators of our own lives, this gray mass. That's exactly what dissociation is. You dissociate with everything, feeling nothing as your own, not being moved by anything. This is, of course, not just unhealthy, it is unnatural. We were meant to move, to feel, to inhabit our bodies with presence and power. So what are the 5 ways Alexander Lowen would say we could heal dissociation? We have to really reconnect with the body. Lowen believed dissociation comes from being cut off from the body. He used grounding, breathing, and movement to help people feel alive in their bodies again. Deep breathing. Lowen taught deep breaths, full breathing to release blocked emotions and bring awareness back to the body. And also, he used the body as a way to express blocked emotions, repressed emotions. And he also did a lot of grounding exercises like standing, stomping, and bending. And he also did a lot of screaming therapy and a lot of other things. And all of this was to release the energy, the emotion from the body. So the body is not strictly separated from the mind. It is the mind expressed in flesh. When you stretch, you remember. When you breathe deeply, you let go. When you walk, you return to yourself. In another form of therapy, Morita therapy, that was developed by Dr. Shoma Morita in 1938, a Japanese psychologist and professor at the Yikei University School of Medicine in Tokyo. In Japanese Morita therapy, they do not begin with thoughts, they begin with action. They teach that emotions are like weather, inevitable, uncontrollable, but behavior is choice. By getting out of your head and into life, healing begins, not through force, but through participation in the present moment. Core principles of Morita therapy: accept feelings as they are, do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel, stop trying to control internal experiences, live in accordance with purpose, not comfort. So what is Morita therapy really? Morita therapy is starting to move the body even though you don't feel like it. And when you start moving the body and your body feels nice and all that, it will impact your emotional state of mind. And this clearly showcases that the body and our mind are so interconnected. Like literally, if you improve your body and how the body feels, you'll have another emotional state of mind. This is sweeping the temple, not to erase emotion, but to create space for life to move again. So clean the temple, not for beauty, but for clarity, not for control, but for reconnection. Feed your body like it's sacred. Move like it matters, because you are not just a soul with a body. You're a whole being designed to walk the path with all of you, and no temple should be left in ruin. If this video was helpful for you, feel free to subscribe. This was lesson 6 of a 12-part series. Subscribe now and get a notification when the next one gets available. The rest are already on the channel. But really what I want you to take away from this is the body and the mind is interconnected. The better your body has it, the better your mind will be able to be itself and feel good. And another thing is, like I said before, if you're feeling bad, sometimes you have to really start with the body and then the mind will come along. In the West, we often think like, oh, everything has to be fixed in the mind first. The body can't fix anything. But I believe that is an inherent flaw in our thinking, because the two are interconnected. That was really it for now, guys, and take care out there.